We have
Are you on the agenda?
anybody want to?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. See, I'm trying to give away food.
Okay, good morning, everyone. How are you? Good morning. Good to see you. I have to tell you what is so exciting about, oh, wait a minute, where do I?
There you go.
Right here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Keep your place.
I'm calling this meeting.
It's smarter. You're on
Yeah, remember, we're on camera. But you know what is so wonderful about this? You know, my first thing is I said, oh my goodness, where is everybody? But what's so fabulous, do you know that the last meeting we had 60 people on live stream?
That's awesome.
That is fantastic. So I'm just telling you, I like looking at you here, and if you're at home, I love that you're looking at me. So this is all fabulous, and it's all because of you, all the things that we're trying to do. And also, when you're the phones, you're getting messages because we have that system now where we can leave multiple messages. So life is good, and I appreciate you all being here. Tell me something good. Let me hear something good. What's some just good?
We had a great KW party, thanks to
Right, and I mean every person, so I said, we had such a great time, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show up Saturday night. And she looked at me and she said, oh, all right. Oh, but it was fabulous because of her team and all of us being there. It was joyful, and boy, oh boy. Next year, you better get your tickets early. Okay, yes, Allison. Of course, be prepared, be engaged, and be yourself. Matthew, I want to introduce to you my best pal in the whole wide world. Talk about teamwork. He makes me look fabulous every single day.
I thought it was the other way around. So.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to think I'm a little, but I'm so serious. We have been like true brother and sister for the last month. We went to Mega Camp, then we went to GAR. And Desta. I mean, and the information that we brought back is fantastic. And I really want you all to know, if for 1 second you ever doubt that you're not with the best people, the best company, the best in the world, please think again, because it's because of you we do all these things and we bring it back to you so that you can be prepared, engaged, and be yourself and learn. And Matthew, I'm going to introduce my new boss over here. Go ahead, Matthew, do your
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming this morning. We are going to change up our agenda just a little bit, okay? We're going to have something kind of fun, I hope, and something that will test your knowledge. Now, I get to cheat because I have the answers. So I may look really smart up here, I hope, okay? But I want to talk to you just about a couple of things, too. And, of course, my new role, I'm going to be the qualifying broker for the company as well, and which means that there's some added responsibility with that. And as an agent, I want to be sure that you guys are very familiar with contracts and earnest money and things of that nature. Now, you may say, well, gosh, I've been doing this forever. We know how to handle all those things. I've got a situation right now that is involving one of our agents, top producing agents, to where I think basically we may be part of a scam, if you will. We had a buyer that provided us with an approval letter that was signed from City Mortgage, and we thought everything was fine. The agent took them out, showing them properties, wrote a contract on a house, $600,000 house, give or take a little bit. In the contract, it states that the buyer is going to wire the earnest money within 3 days to a closing attorney. Okay? Well, the buyer essentially sent our agent a text saying the earnest money has been wired. Okay? Now, we're all trusting people for the most part, right? So when our clients tell us something, most of the time, we have no reason to doubt that they're not telling the truth. Is that correct? So Our agent in turn turns around and sends the text to the listing agent that says, basically, the earnest money has been wired. Okay. We assumed it has. We sent the contract over to the attorney to let them know that they were going to be the holder of the earnest money, to be expecting it or whatever. People get busy, right? People get busy. Well, long story made short, the earnest money was never wired. We're talking $10,000 here, okay? $10,000. So the buyer basically breaches the contract, doesn't close on the property. So obviously the other broker is telling me, well, we relied on your firm. We relied on your agent because y'all said earnest money had been wired. Here's the text. So, of course, I have to go and try to defend our position. And I said, okay, you guys relied on us just like we relied on our client. All right? So we're probably going to be in a potential lawsuit with this information. Why am I telling you this? One reason is I want you to be very careful with what you say and what you put in writing, okay? A better response for our agent might have been, buyer has told me, or buyer told us that the earnest money had been wired, okay? Well, in my opinion, if they say we have liability, to me, the other brokerage has liability. There was nothing in there, or nothing that caused the seller or the buyer, the seller or the listing broker to verify that the money had been wired. Y'all agree with that? Okay. However, it's going to get a little bit messy. We're not talking about $1,000, we're talking about $10,000. So I want to be sure, you guys, when you are handling earnest money or you are telling someone something, be sure that you verify it, okay? Or watch what you say, basically. We didn't do anything wrong. We believed that our client was being truthful with us. It just, in this circumstance, it wasn't the case, okay? I'm going to be talking in maybe the next team meeting. There is a form that really we should be using when we have someone other than us holding the earnest money. It's the F-85 form called the escrow agreement. Has anybody ever saw that? Basically what this does is this will allow, or basically it will have the holder of the earnest money acknowledge that they're going to be holding the earnest money.
Or receive it.
Mm-hmm. So what I did, I called the attorney because our contracts state that if an earnest money is not paid on time, or if it were to be returned for insufficient funds or whatever, there's proper protocol that the holder would follow. So if I'm holding the earnest money, or we're holding the earnest money, and it were to not clear the bank, there's a procedure that I have to follow to let the parties know, okay? Also, of course, the attorney brought to my attention, he said, well, because they're basically going after all of us, the other brokerage, the attorney. The attorney said, well, also there's a clause in the contract that says the holder is basically deemed harmless, being held harmless, okay? So I just want you guys to be very careful with what we do. That's one reason we have an outstanding compliance coordinator, and she sends information out to you guys. I know sometimes we think, oh my gosh, another form or this or that. There's a reason that we do everything, guys. There really is, okay? So verify that your earnest money, don't just take someone's word for it. Verify that the earnest money has been paid, okay? That's all I'm saying about that. But I just want y'all to be aware of some things that are going on. I think I'm going to be fine. I think we're going to be fine in this particular situation. However, it's just a process we have to go through now to see how it's going to play out, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. All right, fun stuff, right? Don't y'all love it when I get up here and talk? Okay, all right. So, one thing, like Judy said, we've been traveling a good bit the last couple of months, I guess. We went to Mega Camp. That was probably the best mega camp I think I have ever been to. They had a lot of good information. Judy's going to talk a little bit about that. Then we went to the GAR convention. That was in Sandestin. And how many of you guys have been to a GAR convention before? One, two of you?
Well, uncovered.
Okay, all right. I want to encourage you guys to get involved with that. Was it not a phenomenal conference? Judy, was it not phenomenal?
Unbelievable, the quality, the knowledge, And what was so unique than other trainings, everything that we have been worrying about, challenging ourselves and everything, they addressed everything. And the good thing was, if you couldn't go in the morning because you wanted to do another one, they repeated it. And I'm in the process now of bringing to our market center one of the top people for internet marketing to our company, and she said she would come. Yeah.
And she is a phenomenal
Juanita
speaker.
McDowell. So if
Yeah.
you want to
Oh,
know
yeah,
anything
she's
about
great.
She's awesome. You've had her before,
I've had
right?
her more
Juanita
than
McDowell,
once.
yeah.
She's great.
She is.
And I've got her twice. One is for the technology and the marketing and all the things that we need to know. But the other is we're going to have one for CE credits that she's going to be doing for us. So I've got her twice.
So we got her coming up twice, Juanita McDowell. So
November
she's a
and
very
January.
good speaker, awesome speaker.
Yes.
But anyway, they offer a lot of good training classes, and I think if you guys have the opportunity, you really should go and try to attend one of those conferences. They're really, really good. Okay, so this morning I passed out a questionnaire, true-false questionnaire of 10 questions. It's called License Law Pre-Assessment. Now, for those of you that are watching online, Jackie just emailed this to you guys as well. Okay? So we're going to go through, and I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and we're going to see how much we know. All right? Did anybody not get one? Hold on, I got to find mine with the answers on it. Otherwise, I'll be telling y'all wrong. Did I give anybody mine with the? Okay, good. All right, good. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. All right.
For those that walk in.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
License law pre-assessment. Number one, an active or inactive licensee must notify the Georgia Real Estate Commission of their new address within 31 days. Is that true or false? 31 days.
30, it says 30 on there.
It says 30.
Well, no, it says 30 above it. I wrote the answer by mistake. But yes, it is 30 days. Well, that was a trick question. Trick question. Okay. Is there any other answers on y'all sheet? There should not be. I just failed to erase that one. Yeah, I failed to erase that. Look, I have not had my Mountain Dew this morning. Okay, so yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you want it false, right?
Okay, it's false. The true answer is 30 days. Okay, 30 days. Okay.
We only gave you one answer.
That's right. The rest of them you better not have. If you do, it's Judy's fault. So. What's that?
What happens if you don't?
Well, Judy, what happens if you don't? Judy Presley, you know? You could be fined or whatever. They're probably not going to come out and suspend your license, but you need to do that.
you get
Okay?
fined.
Yeah, you could get fined. So
We'll get all, that's your assignment, to look it up and find out.
but you want to do that. Whatever they tell you to do, you never want to get on the bad side of the real estate commission. Okay? So you could probably be fined. They may just send, if they find out you didn't do it, they may send you a reprimand letter
You
or
go
something
on the
like
list.
that. So yeah, you don't want to go on a list with the real estate commission. Okay, number two, a person acting as real estate agent without a license shall be guilty of a felony. True or false?
True.
How many say true?
Shall be or can be?
Shall be guilty of a felony. True or false? How many say true? How many say false? All right, the answer is false. Currently, it is a misdemeanor. Okay? Currently, it's a misdemeanor.
It's worse, I mean, it's felony, misdemeanor, whatever.
Okay? You just don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Okay? All right. A broker is permitted to deposit earnest money into an interest-bearing trust account as long as who keeps the interest is disclosed. True or false? The answer to that is true. And our contracts even address that. Our GAR contracts address that. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. The agents out there that don't use the GAR contracts, they are not near as protected, in my opinion, as the ones that do, nor are their clients protected as much. Okay? That is a very valuable tool that we use. All right? If you ever get a non-GAR contract that's one of the real estate forms, just read it if you get a chance. Because when you go to try to decipher earnest money disputes or things of that nature, it's not an easy task
The
to do.
termination is ridiculous.
It is.
Even address on this money.
It is. I mean, it's hard.
Counter
And
on
then-
the guard. If
Huh?
you get a non-guard, counter on the guard.
Yeah, we try to counter on our guard. Well, office policy used to be that we did everything on guard, okay? However, that's why we have that stipulation in our listing agreement now.
Yeah.
We want you to counter on guard, but we are letting our clients know that if we receive an offer, if they want to accept that offer as it is on a non-guard contract, they can do it. Okay, we do not require everything be on a guard. We prefer it be on a guard, but if somebody presents you with an offer, Judy Paul, if I give you an offer on a non-guard and your seller says, Judy, I want to sign it, then they sign it. If you will counter or you say, well, we'll take these terms, but I want to put it on a GAR form, guess what you just did? You just created a counter offer, okay, because our contracts are different. All right, so that's why we had to be very careful with our policy. Our policy used to be that everything was required to be on GAR, okay? But now we leave it up to the client, but we have the disclaimers in our listing agreements. All right, there's a reason, again, there's a reason that we do everything to try to protect us. I had a broker call me the other day and just rake me over the coals and said, I am so tired of your office telling me we have to have everything on a GAR contract. And I said, really? He said, yeah. And I said, well, tell me why that is. He said, because we don't belong to a board and we're not going to. And I said, okay, fine. And I had a conversation with him or whatever. And I said, basically, we presented your offer. We have documentation that we did. Our client did accept another offer, okay, that was higher than yours. But he was saying that we cannot force people to use a GAR contract. He's true, that's right, okay? We don't force anybody to do anything we prefer, all right? So anyway, that's what our policy has changed a little bit, okay?
So we stopped putting that stipulation?
No, the stipulation still needs to be in the listing agreement. That kind of protects us. That gives us permission to use either one, okay?
I think we need the buyer brokerage agreement too. Just change it, say buyer versus seller, so we can continue.
You can do that too, that's right. Judy Paul?
But if we explain that to our clients, the reason for that, they would probably go along with us and do that.
Yeah, if you explain it to your client, they will probably go along with you. I've not had a client yet that has told me in the past that I insist on using this contract. That's a non-GAR. Their language is a lot less specific. Okay, Judy Presley?
I was just gonna say, you might also, I can tell the client that I'm not an expert on that contract, the non-GAR form, and I recommend they talk to their attorney before they sign it. Because you don't know that form, I don't know that form, and there may be.
There's not a lot to them.
It's so vague.
It's 3 pages long, where ours is 7. So, I mean, you can figure out there's not a lot of meat to the contract. So.
That's right, there's not a lot of meat to the contract. And Judy Presley was saying that if her customer or client insists on using that form or doesn't want to counter on a GAR or whatever, we recommend that they talk to their attorney because we're not as familiar with that form or that contract as we are our GAR contracts, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I think you just show it to them. You don't even have to explain here.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at our contract.
And you want this one. Yeah, I'll go with it.
That's right.
You will be absolutely surprised what Matthew and I and some of our agents go through. Some agents have no clue. They say, aren't all contracts the same? They don't realize some of the advantages of being on a board and being able to have all the access to all these things. Agents will say, well, can we come with you? I say, look, just pay attention to what you're learning. And it's really amazing that even an agent doesn't understand that, oh, there's a board. So there's a lot of things that we really are so blessed to
We are. So I'm telling you, it's very well worth the fees to join the board and use the GAR contracts. Okay, number 5. 4. If a licensee owes a broker fees, then license, true or false? False. That's right. Okay. Number 5. Sam, a licensee, was talking with a neighbor and learned of a neighbor's interest in selling their home. The next day, Sam sent out an email message to buyers within his database about the properties available for sale. Sam's action is permitted. Okay, true or false?
False.
False. Why is that false?
Only if
Must
they
have
gave them permission.
written permission. That's right. Number 6. Agent Deborah can refuse to show a property to a married couple. True or false? True or false? How many say true? How many say false? How many don't have a clue? That is true. A married couple is not a protected class. All right? Number 7.
That's not familiar status under.
That's not a protected class.
That's right.
Number 7, Jeff, an associated broker, has been the sole agent for a condominium community. Since he has been with the development since its inception and knows the community well, it's okay for him to tell prospective buyers, due to high demand, unit resale value will double in 5 years. True or false? False. We don't have a clue what the economy or the market's going to do, right? Okay. Number 8, a seller has given a licensee verbal permission to place a for sale sign in the yard. With that permission, the licensee is within the scope of authority to place the sign in the yard. True or false?
I say true, but I have a question there. There might be a tricky word in there.
Okay, who says true? Who says false? The answer is false.
Okay,
Verbal.
it has to be written?
Mhm.
Okay, I underlined verbal
Verbal
because
doesn't
that was
say
my.
that. Right.
Always get everything in writing, guys. And one thing, let me tell you, and I was guilty of this too. Alicia and I have sent out sold postcards for quite some time when we sell something. You are not technically supposed to do that unless you have the written permission of the new homeowner. Okay? So, and we like I said, we've been doing that for the last couple of years. And I asked the question, I said, well, now wait a minute, because it's public record who bought it and what the price was. And the attorney stopped me very quickly and said, it doesn't matter. You cannot do that unless you have the new homeowner's written permission to send out those cards. Okay? All right. I know I've learned quite a bit. I thought I was smart, then I realized real quick I wasn't.
Yeah,
So.
we go back. Judy, you do the right one. And
Yeah.
I said, no, you better do the right one. But it worked out so good.
They did. They had
Fabulous.
great classes down there. Okay. Number 9, in trying to help a college student majoring in chemical engineering, a salesperson is permitted to pay the student $30 each time a potential buyer is identified. False. Okay, they should be licensed. All right, number 10.
Or salary.
Or salary. During the listing appointment, a seller tells the licensee that he wants to sell the house for no less than $176. He needs to sell within the next 4 months and would really prefer to sell only to Catholics. I'm sorry. The licensee is permitted to take the listing.
True. You can take it. But
They
you
can't. They can't
False.
differentiate.
False.
Oh, false.
There's some. You cannot discriminate.
But it's not
You gotta
saying
be-
that the agent is.
Well, I asked that question.
Yeah.
I said, you can't do that. You got to tell the sellers, I'm sorry, we can't do that. And if they continue to push that issue, you need to say, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Anytime here's what I tell people. If you ever have heartburn about something or you don't feel something is right, there's usually a reason for it. Either get clarification or just don't do it. It's not worth your license or mine. So, anyway. Okay, I hope you guys found that helpul and enjoyed it. All right, now, I will be talking more about this earnest money issue and this form that I've mentioned to you guys, the F-85 escrow agreement form. That's probably going to be something that we need to do because in that particular situation that I told you about earlier, that might have helped us a little bit, but we'll see how this turns out. So anyway, guys, I appreciate everything you guys do. If y'all need me, I'm here. And if y'all have any questions on this, you can see me after the team meeting. Okay, Judy?
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Excellent. First of all, everything that I'm going to share with you now, have any of you happened to see around the Outfront magazine? How many of you see the magazine? Well, I want you all to look for it. It is in the training rooms. I mean, downstairs we take it out because we have the class at night, the real estate class. But they're downstairs. They're everywhere where the computers are, in the front, in the conference rooms. Please take the time to open those magazines. What I want to try to do right now is to get you to set your mindset. Half of the time, no, it's almost 90% of the time, We're not focused on the mindset of what, when you're starting your day. Just to give you a clue of some of the things that are in that magazine. And remember, they always follow Mega Camp, they follow Family Reunion, they follow very important things, and everything that went on there, they add to the magazine. For instance, just the back cover of the magazine, here's what it says: when vision and activities collide, records are shattered. Think of this: closed transaction with all of Keller Williams in 2011 was 218,514 transactions. 2016, 460,259 transactions that you're in that number. Up 111%. No one out there has a story like this. It's incredible. Closed sales volume. In 2011, 45.7 billion. B is in beautiful. 2016, it went from 45.7 billion to 127.6 billion. Let me hear you say billion. I mean, you people are incredible. You are in this number, up 179%. Profit share. Now, most people outside, and even here, profit share. You're thinking of profit, the profit share that we're making. Of course you are. But remember, the profit share goes out to each one of us that have brought people in to grow our company. It's our way, it's our gift of saying thank you so much for bringing in people like you. How blessed we are. You ready for this? In 2011, profit share was $18.9 million that we shared with our family, with all of our teammates. 2016, it went up to $77.6 million. That story is out there saying, we believe in our company. We want to be in business with people like you. It's just incredible. You tell me that's not a fabulous thing to laminate and show your buyers and your sellers? But mainly, I want you all to know this. This is on the back copy of the magazine, and it tells a fabulous story. Be proud of what you are all doing. That's just one of the things. You know, we're entrepreneurs. We're running our business like a business, trying and doing it. And there's no try. We're doing it every single day, right? We're caught in bold, yes, yes. There's 3 reasons and 3 things that happen when you become an entrepreneur. There's 3 things that are a telling story all the time. What are some of the things? And here's what the 3 things are. It is fear. Oh my goodness, I'm starting my own business. Fear, doubt. Those are things. And the last thing is regret. Why do you think regret is in there? Someone. When you're starting a business,
You're taking a chance.
you're taking a chance, but you're not taking the chances that you should take. You look back and say, son of a, Diane did that, and I thought about doing it, and I didn't do it. And I'm wondering why she's got 5 more listings than I do. So I don't want you to have fear, and that is the toughest thing. You know how you have trophy wives? Well, I'm trophy for Grace. I mean, boy, without Grace, Well, anyway, you had to be there. But anyway, it's just so important. But those are things that, you know, that's a normal thing. It's human to feel that way. Another thing that I know a lot of you don't know, and as a matter of fact, there is a conference going on in Kentucky right now, and it's for the Keller Williams Young Professionals. It is I'll just read you this fast thing. Keller Williams Young Professionals is a division aimed at helping grow the businesses of Keller Williams Associates under 40 years of age. But don't be fooled into thinking this is a social club. The division means serious business and is preparing the next generation for our company. So let me tell you something. Just going to we went into Atlanta. The Georgia Real Estate Association put it on in Atlanta, and boy, oh boy, it was excellent. The speakers that they had, and it's open to all of us. They let me in, and you know how young I am, 41, this side of my body. But anyway, but that is something that I want you, and Rachel Adder, she is there now. She spent her money, she went there, and she wants to be part of that. So we have to have 3 companies of Keller Williams involved, and we're getting it. So that's going to be something that when you're out there talking to other agents and everything, it's just another wonderful thing that we have for our company. I get so excited. Okay, Mega Camp. David, I love you, David. He said, gee, Judy, when are we going to talk about Mega Camp? He takes care of all the money for the company, so we have to pay attention for our Agent Leadership Council. But anyway, this was the time Matthew and I are finally back in town. But let me tell you something. There is a shift coming. But let's say there isn't a shift coming. Prepare like there is. Prepare like there is. Be knowledgeable. Again, on page 31 in Outfront Magazine. Seeing the shift. When will the market go into another direction, and how do I know if it's happening? It says, in any market, there are 2 sides of the coin driving cycles, supply and demand. On the demand side, you have demographic cycles, which indicate how many people exist in an area who are able to purchase homes. On the supply side, you have availability of space for new construction, the number of existing structures, and the cost of the labor and materials. Here's the point of all of this. When the market at its healthiest is nearly a decade, now is the time to start shifting, proofing your business. Remember, shifts are going to happen, but you can minimize your vulnerability by taking action now that will help you thrive, not merely survive when the next one occurs. And the tips are also shift into high gear. And on page 11, 12 tactics for tough times. All these things are right in your hand downstairs. Is anyone bored yet? Good. So far, so good, Matthew. Okay, this is the thing that I want to share with you. Bringing back from Mega Camp, and this was one of the things. If you want to change your life, change what you think. And I have copies of all of this, and I'll be glad to email it out to you. So let's pay attention to the 7 things I'm about to tell you. Number 1, start the day with positive affirmations. And you know, as you go around, it's our language. It's the way that we talk. It's the way that we feel. Notice every single person, aside from Matthew, how positive everybody is. I'm sorry. I meant my son Matthew. Oh boy, I'll be in trouble now. No, but the point is, start the day. You wake up and you look in that mirror and say, oh, I can't look anymore. I'm so good looking. It's just killing me. And then I look again. I say, oh my goodness, how smart can one girl be? I mean, think it, believe it. Honey, I'm not it but boy, I believe it. I'll tell you that right now. I believe, and I believe in all of you. Every one of you is so unique. Be knowledgeable. Think about these things, but do it. Don't just think about it. 2, focus on the good things, no matter how small they are. How many days do you get out of bed and you hear the devil say, oh my God, she's out of bed again? I mean, little things, but they're really big things. You receive marketing material that finally came in and you say, oh my goodness, there will be no stopping me. I'm going to give it out to everybody I know. I paid a lot of money for that, and by God, I'm going to follow up. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to let the other agents know. Boy, let me tell you how great this magazine is, how great this keychain is. It has worked wonders. Oh, I just love this. Okay, 3, find humor in bad situations, please, because they don't last long. The bad, it never lasts as long as the good things. And really remember that. That is so true. And you know why? Because you're not going to let it bother you. Right? Okay. Turn failures into lessons. I'm your poster girl. I am so serious. Those that succeed and keep on striving and keep on going, you learn through your failures. Allison won't agree because she'll say, Judy, I'm going to tell you again. and here, Judy, look it. I made this book for you. So it's going to be great. 3 years, when I walk in, she's going, oh, don't tell her she's going to do that again. And she said, oh, no problem. And then her and Jackie tried to dream up another way, like clipping it on like this. And that didn't work. But God isn't done with me yet. And thank you for your patience. God bless her. But turn failures into lessons. Don't let them get to you. Figure it out.
Failure way to success.
Failure way to success. Oh. Okay. Now, I'm going to read this one because this one really was heavy. Focus on the present. I'm talking about the present. Not today, not this hour, only this exact moment. You might be getting chewed out by your boss, but what in this exact moment is happening? So that's so bad. Forget the comment he made 5 minutes ago. Forget he might say 5 minutes from now. Focus on this one individual moment. In most situations, you'll find it's not as bad as you imagine it to be. Most sources of negativity stem from the memory of a recent event or an exaggerated imagination of a potential future event. Stay in the moment. Try to block out the past. The big guy upstairs forgave everything. Why can't we? So that, to me, really hit home. Don't let it linger. I think it was Diane, or most of you will say, next. Best word ever, next. And last but not least, find positive friends, mentors, and co-workers. I don't care what level of success that you have. I will tell you right now, there is not one agent from the top to me down here that you can't stop and say, Chad, what was that thing you were sharing the other day? Ask that question, and he'll say, oh yeah, wait a minute, I remember that, yes. It was this article, or we did this that changed our productivity. Ask. Don't be afraid to ask. I mean, my goodness, how many times do we go to people and say, what is that recipe? Oh my goodness, you're baking the other day, or your cakes, or whatever. So I just want you to know, please find positive people and surround yourself, and don't be afraid to ask. And if you make a mistake, don't worry about it, but learn from it. get the Outfront magazine. It has all these articles, and those were the things that came back from Mega Camp and from the GAR, Georgia Association. It was fantastic. Thank you all. I hope that you got some really good, powerful things, because I'm going to tell you something. Today's the beginning of your new journey. And Chad is working with someone that's going to be, hopefully we can work out a date, going to have a business planning, and it's all about you. And I love you all. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and I mean that sincerely. Okay, everybody, let's hear it! Oh my goodness, I'm going to sit down now. Okay, Miss Positive, bring it on.
Thanks to everyone, even out there. Thanks for making our KW Cares Party with a Purpose so successful. It was awesome. The numbers aren't in. In 2 weeks, I will report exactly. All I can tell you is the goal that I had set, 2,200, I know we hit that. We exceeded it. I just don't know by how much. So that's, and don't you agree, it sure beats a yard sale. So thank you so much. I just have a few thank yous.
We'll call them up.
Let me see, I'm not sure who is here. Okay, sponsors. These are our sponsors. We could not have done it without them. 210 Home Warranty, Atlanta Property Inspections, who also made lots and lots of baked beans that were delicious. Rita and Frank, I really appreciate that. Country Financial, Andy Gaddis, Green Spaces Consultants. They're a landscaping firm. If you need anything for your clients or yourself, they do hardscapes. They're amazing. Let me know if you need their number. Homestar Financial. They not only gave money, but they gave of themselves. They were awesome. Let's see. Lanier Property Inspections. O'Kelly and Sorhan. We missed you, John.
That's all right. We danced and drank and ate for you.
Okay.
State Farm Insurance. That was my stepdaughter was there. She was responsible for getting good price on the band, and she was there. Mike Thomas, they're in Gwinnett County in Lawrenceville. If you ever have a closing in that area and you need insurance, go see them. And we also had some agents who stepped up to the plate, and they also sponsored. So Bev Knight, she was one of our sponsors. Gay Davis McCrillis, she sponsored. Pat and Brenda Burke, they were our sponsors. And KWLP were also sponsors. So big hand for all of those people. I really, really appreciate you guys so
We really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks. Oh, I did forget one person. I have it on my list, but I forgot. Okay. And hopefully we can see those pictures. But we did, at the last minute, we had a photographer. My source did not work out, but we had somebody that stepped up at the last minute. Tim, how do you pronounce this? McCloy? Tim McCloy. He's a photographer, and I know he would love to have your business. And he does the drone. It's amazing. Wait till we show you those pictures. You're just not going to believe it. So those are great things when you have a listing. They will impress everyone. So if you need his number, see me. I will be happy to share that information with you. But he was great, stepping in at the last minute. Okay, my committee. Yeah. Come on up. We have Angie Smart. She's out there watching. Natasha Brown. Come on up.
Come on here,
Shelley Schultz. I guess she's out there.
And those that cook, you know.
Gay Davis McCrillis. Erica Nassar, she was a big help. Erica, come on up. And Laura Carter stepped in the last minute. She showed up and helped set up. And Myra Santos. This is a worker bee. If I have ever seen one, this is a worker bee. So I appreciate all of you ladies. I could not have done it without you. And I hope you stick around with my committee because we have more things that we're going to do together. So, And I think that's it. Do we have pictures by any chance? Okay, so just want to let you know that we raised a lot of money, and we have a lot of money that we can keep right in our market center, so that if anybody has a need, we do have money that we can share and help them out, so that the grant will be smooth and they'll be able to get that grant. But next team meeting, I am going to have someone here that is going to share their story. They're local, and they were a recipient of a KW Cares grant. And so I want you to please either be here in the room next Tuesday or in 2 weeks at our next team meeting, or watch online. But I want all of you to know exactly why we do what we do by raising money and where that money goes. And I want you to hear firsthand from somebody right in our area how they benefited from all that we do and all the money that we raise. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Can I say something real quick? I was out of town, but I'm still going to give us. That's okay. I just want to say one way that they can raise money that we've decided personally from last family reunion after listening to some stories is, and I know it helps her with the numbers, if you just do it on the green sheet. Instead of just giving money, if you would just do, whether it's $5 a closing, $10 a closing, $1 a closing. You know, we've chosen to get every time one of our agents close. You'll never, ever, ever miss it. Right. So all you got to do is fill it out on the green sheet, and it'll have more money than you could ever imagine. So.
And if you tell us in advance you want to do it that way, you don't even have to remember to do it on the green sheet. We can set it to automatically.
Set it automatically.
In 2 weeks, I'm going to have a form, and you can fill it out, and you can donate if it's somebody's birthday, or if there's a sympathy kind of thing, there was a death, you can donate that way, and a card will be sent. I forgot.
Yes.
We had cookies that were donated by Chick-fil-A, and they were left over. You can purchase them today, $1 each, or 3 for $2.
Okay, I want them. I got the first.
And these are the best cookies.
In the world.
As you leave today.
And who is the most important person that you want to thank?
My husband.
Yes. Tell him about
my husband. He's amazing.
He is. He puts up with 2 Judys.
I know, yeah. He's a worker bee, and he's just
a blessing. He's a blessing.
Well, thank you, Judy, for inviting us to
Oh,
your home.
thank you. I'm taking the cookies. I want my cookies. Yes. Okay. All right, these are upcoming. Steve Ryder will be here on the 27th. Now, Allison, explain what Steve will be doing for us.
Steve is an agent out of our Brazelton office. If y'all have not met him, he uses the Keller Williams technology tools at a really high level, and he has volunteered his time to come and sit and go over some of that stuff with us. He's going to go over the new Playster website and how to set it up if you haven't done that yet. They have a new marketing suite in the Brazelton office called the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite, if y'all have ever heard of that. He is not using it extensively yet, but he's volunteered to show us what exists inside that system, so we can sort of preview and see if it's something that we want to do here. But that is the last week of this month, and I think if you can make out time to do that, it'd be a great class to come to. And we'll live stream that one too if you're not able to be in the Market Center.
And I want you to understand, we just had our Agent Leadership Council meeting, which I thank God every day how fabulous they are and how wonderful your Agent Leadership Council has stepped up to the plate. If you get a chance, you can look and see what michaellewismarketing.com is, because the Agent Leadership Council has brought it to the committee and everything. So we're doing some really good things about that. They're gonna be introducing what that's all about, and it is phenomenal. Some of the very top companies that are in not just our region but across the country are utilizing this, and it's fantastic. So it's something that I will leave for the committee to do. They're working on it now. Isn't it exciting, Matthew?
Yes.
Woo! Okay, if you think you look good now, you just wait and see how you're going to look. The commercial CE class, if you know of anyone that you're dealing with or people that have an interest in commercial, I will tell you what, these commercial things that Johnny Elliott has brought to this company, you have to sign up early because it is packed. It is so rewarding, even for agents that are not in commercial, to learn why they shouldn't be and they should stay with residential and refer to commercial people. That's the way it should be. Be good at what you do. Be where your feet are. Let's see. Don't forget we're having the photo shoot fella coming in on the 5th. So if you want to sign up for new cards or make yourself look 20 pounds, all the wrinkles gone, teeth white, everything. Everything. Okay. Cheers for peers. Oh, yes.
They want to talk about the board just for a second.
Oh, yes, David, please.
First thing, don't get bored.
Oh, okay,
All right.
that's right.
Hey, real quick, we've had some challenges out there, but we've kind of gone through that. But here's an exciting kind of update is what Judy kind of brought back from. You're going to get me close enough to those cookies. I'm going to grab one and have to buy 2 or 3 or something.
Good, you'll love them.
Anyway,
Yeah.
here's where we're at. Luncheon is tomorrow, 11:30 at the Civic Center. We will actually be downstairs, not upstairs. Who's coming is Darla Eden, our Hall County Tax Commissioner. She's going to do a Q&A at the end. So some of the questions that are out there, I know we've already had a few brought to us. One is, why does Hall County start at 70 instead of 65 for age deductions? So there's a lot of other things that have been emailed in. The other thing is we have a special guest, which is Michael Blackburn. He is our GAR Regional Director. He's going to come and give us a little bit of a bridge from state to our local. So it'll be another recap from GAR, but good information, trying to bring as much to the table as possible. So if you can be there, if you've not signed up, send an email to Natalia for today. There's actually a link, and she's trying to do a lot of this by a link and not her email and move it over so that she can go in on there and see we have 87 people or whatever it is, and it helps her plan for the event and for food. So
It's really important.
Is it voting?
and tomorrow is
That's
voting.
right.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So very important to want to be there. If ballots have not been done, I think Allison has received some. No.
We'll get it.
Well,
They
anyway,
didn't tell us what to do with them. I'm assuming we were
Si-
supposed to take them to
sign
the
'em.
tomorrow.
I'll take them, show up, bring them, whatever. So, and then what they're going to do is they're going to excuse themselves in the middle of it. Our election committee, they're going to go outside and count to make sure we have a quorum. So.
Yeah, so it's very, very important that we need that quorum. And I want you to all understand how lucky the board is, and I mean that most sincerely, is that David is our president that will be passing the baton to our Matthew Meeks. And then the year after that, it's me, okay? But what I'm saying is support our Keller Williams, support your board. It does so much for us. So please make sure, come to me, I'll sign you in, whatever it takes, because it's really important tomorrow to have a good showing. And all the work Judy, past president, Judy Presley, I mean, she's with the state now. Let's show Michael Blackburn that our board rocks.
Yeah, if you can come and support
Yes.
Matthew,
Mike's
support
a
us,
doll.
very much
Michael's a
appreciated.
doll. Yeah,
Thank
thank you,
you.
David, thank you. Okay, cheers for peers. I will just tell you my cheers for peers, if you were there Saturday night, everyone that was there, everyone that called and worked and did and gave, bless every one of you. Like Judy said, couldn't have done it without you. But her leadership was outstanding.
Yes.
I mean, it was outstanding. She had her ducks in a row, and she'd come in. She has mannerisms when she comes into my house. And then, I love it. But then there's days when she'll come in and she'll go, oh, I love it. I wish I could do it better than her. But it's just so darn cute. I can't stand it. It's just so, it's great. It's great. My cheers for peers is for Allison putting up with me. Yay, Allison. Oh, wait a minute. Those of you at home didn't see this. You went like this. Oh my God. I can die and you go wherever. Okay, anyone have cheers for peers? Seriously, cheers for peers. Yes.
I just want to thank Judy for a great message I got Sunday after church. She sent me a very inspiring message, and I'm just very thankful for it.
It's Judy.
Judy did.
The good Judy. Judy Paul sent a very nice message out. But that's what's so beautiful about her. She thanks and everybody gives. It's great. Okay, someone else. Yes.
I got one. For Matthew Meeks.
Yes.
So we're in great hands. Because if you haven't spent a lot of time with Matthew, he needs you to spend a lot of time in the near future because he's so busy.
Yeah.
But amazing. He's just amazing. He's a wealth of knowledge. He's always welcoming to your questions. He always will get the answer if he doesn't know it, and I appreciate that.
Amen. Yes.
I want to say thank you to all the agents that have helped me. I have a client that's been, there's been a couple little hiccups, and I've had a lot of help from a lot of different agents in guiding me with a well test and lots of issues. And Jason Buffington also, he was going to go out to the well with me to help me try and open it, and it didn't end up working, but the offer was amazing.
That's wonderful.
I've had a lot of help with this.
Excellent. And Jackie is downstairs working on numbers and everything, but I want to throw out to her also moving into her new apartment and running the business and never letting anything slip. I mean, they work so beautifully together. It's a joy to see when people have to come together.
Oh,
and
yes, I did know that. Jackie was moving, I didn't know that, and she made all those desserts
That's
for
right.
the party.
Yeah.
I can't, she's amazing.
I know,
I'm
absolutely.
so grateful for her.
And she took out most of the calories, so
Yes,
I
she did.
love her. Yes, that's the main thing. But
No buts.
oh, you're, don't even come in. Yeah. Good thing he makes money, I love him. I'm not telling you who it is. But anyway, thank you all for all that you do, and please support our board. And please, there are many people out there, I want you to know, many of our agents that are going through not only themselves, but health issues and different things. My prayer list and I put on when you have someone that we need to pray for, I put that. Always remember, Keller Williams has a resource, and when you pull down the resources, it will say remembrance list. It's not for people that have passed, it's remembering while they're here and praying for them. And you put their name down and just say they're having surgery, please. So please take the time, and I'll be glad to put it on there for you. But let's just take one moment to say a little prayer for all the people throughout the world that are in need of prayer, and how lucky we are that we are sitting here free, and we're just so blessed. So let's just take a couple seconds to just say a prayer for the world out there, for world peace, and those that are suffering, and we need to pray for them. Please, let's do that. Amen. Thank you all. Have a fabulous day. And remember, if you do the right things and you're prepared, you don't need to go elsewhere to find work or things like that. It's right here. You help us to help you.
One more thing.
Yes, sir.
Part of the LC, Amber Pendak and myself are part of it. We're trying to work on some useful masterminds for every level, which I know Matthew's very interested in doing as well. So if you guys have things that you struggle with on a regular basis that you would like to hear people come in that have been where you're at, if you have those topics for us, we'll organize it all. All you have to do is share ideas, and we'll get the rest of it done, and we'll get the dates out to you. But we need your help knowing what you're struggling with. Don't tell me, you got to email me, because if you just come up and tell me, I'll forget it. So email me or text me the topics that you'd like to. I mean, I don't care if you're a brand new agent or you're selling 40, 50 houses a year. It doesn't matter. We're trying to establish masterminds 2 to 3 different levels so that you guys can get to the next level. But if we don't know what we don't know. So we can't help you if you don't share. So.
And remember, the Agent Leadership Council, They're all volunteers, every one of them, and they're doing outstanding work. Outstanding work. Thank you, Chad, on that. Let's see. Cookies. What was the price again?
$1 each or 3 for 2.
3 for 2. Okay, I'm taking $6 for it because that's all the calories I can. Have a blessed week. And remember, if you have gone on listings, any of you have ever gone on listings, Diane, if any of you have ever gone on listings and you are not getting the listings, please let us know so we can role play with you. Okay. Thank you, Alex.
No, thank you. I don't make good.
I know, I had to go to a different size pants this morning. From all that stuff I've been